How's it going, beings of the universe? My name is Bowaffles, and welcome to Gay Day, a podcast made by and for LGBTQ plus youth. I know I've been gone a while, about 2 weeks, and I'm very sorry about that. I had to do some family stuff and deal with that for a bit, so that was fun, but I'm not going to dive into it because it's boring, and I don't want to be boring and lame and sound like a total nerd. But anyway, if you read today's episode title, you will know that we are going to be talking about the occult and supernatural and how fucking awesome it is, okay? Like, I am absolutely in love with the occult. It is the best thing ever, and I want to share my enthusiasm with you guys because it is so cool, and, like, I love it. I absolutely adore it. So let's open it up with today's opening segment. Let me be queer. Can't talk today. And today we want to represent Carmilla. It's an online web series on YouTube that you can find. It is so good. Highly recommended. It's a sort of mockumentary web series based thing that follows the story of a college student as she deals with grades, sexuality, romance, and monsters. And there's also lesbian vampires in it, so freaking yes, it's so cool. It's a really well written show, and a lot of people put their heart into it. And the lesbian vampire Carmilla, the actor's name backwards is Aw Satan, so you know it's gonna be good if that's one of the things. And it's just, I love it. I've watched all 3 seasons on YouTube. Please check it out. It's so good. Again, it is Carmilla. And if you can't find it because you don't know how to spell it, simply just type in lesbian vampire web series and you'll find it. The next segment is What Are Straight People? What do straight people do to make me tick this week? Um, this one is not necessarily just for straight people this time. No, no, no. Sometimes this can be done in gay films. However, because gay representation is very far and in between, we're gonna focus on them heteros. So, the thing that makes me tick is the quote unquote monsters in the movies. And you know the types I'm talking about. I'm talking about the ones that aren't really monsters, but they're just really handsome, hunky guys or super busty, big-titted women who are in a shitty costume. They barely do anything to make them monster-like or grotesque because that would lose ratings. So they rely on things like cheap prosthetic horns, very crappy body paint and glitter. For aliens, they think that a alien would be someone like a big-titted woman with blue lips. No, it's just so annoying because like monsters should be really monstery, like actually grotesque in some fashions and actually be like super interesting to look at, and instead we have to deal with these fucking supermodels with body paint on them, and they're like, oh, they're horrible monsters. Um, no, Linda, they're models with shitty body glitter. The best example I can think of this is the princess from the fourth Leprechaun movie, Leprechaun in Space. That's a horrible film where the alien princess is literally just a low budget. I don't know what. She's like an eighth. She has like eighth grade dance body glitter on her face, blue lips, super done up, and all focusing on her huge tits. And it's just like, if aliens should not look like humans. The aliens should be a lot more interesting to look at because it's just so annoying. Aliens and monsters have been done dirty by Hollywood. Um, but like, if you want to see like, if you want to see a good idea of how you should do monsters in movies, especially romantic based monsters, freaking Shape of Water, because that monster actually looks like a monster. And I actually love the concept of it. It's funny because a youth fan fiction won an Oscar, and I just find that hilarious. All the furries in the crowd will get what I'm saying. Hey, hey. But yeah, uh, I just think we should we should have more grotesque monsters, especially in romantic-based subplots with humans, because that's pretty cool, my dudes. um, okay, the next section we have is a new section I'm adding to the podcast. It is one I have titled, "Is That a Theory?" This one is where I talk about theories that I find very interesting, and I just discuss them and how they work. The first theory on the list is gay, because I'm gay and this is a gay podcast. It is saying public schools are indoctrinating students to promote slash convert students into homosexuality, that or make them generally accept homosexuality as normal. There are many things I love about this, because I'm just imagining some like super white supremacist like asshole rich dude who's like, my son goes to a good Christian school because them homosexuals will turn him into that if he goes to that public school like all those other gay boys. I don't know why. I just see that whenever I think of this theory, and it's super awesome because yeah, school made me gay. Let's just stop school entirely. You know what made us gay, parents who are watching? It was the homework they gave us. Homework makes you gay. It made me love men. The next theory on the list is one that was actually really popularized by Alex Jones, the savior of the frogs. Uh, basically, the way the theory goes is gay bombs. Now, before I even knew what it was, and when I get into the description of this, it's pretty fucking great. I was like, what? Gay bomb? Hello, I want like 10. Where can I order them? Uh, basically, a gay bomb is a bomb filled with female hormones that are released into crowds to turn men gay. Okay, but here's the thing. Why do I want this to be real? Because, like, I love the idea of just like this super bedazzled like capsule being dropped into a crowd, and as it like shoots out gas, it's also exploding like glitter and all that shit. I don't know why, I just want that to be real so it could be like that, because I just love the idea. Gay bomb. Let's turn all these guys gay with our gay bombs. It's in the homosexual arsenal. Oh god, this is too good for me. Another theory with the gay bomb theory. Again, thank you, Alex Jones, the grand daddy of the frogs. Um, it's we are releasing chemicals into the water to turn you gay. So get a Brita filter because tap water will now make you gay. And it makes sense. One moment I'm washing my hands, the next moment I'm making out with my neighbor. I don't know what happened in between that time. I don't know where I went, what I did. But suddenly I'm wearing makeup, I'm listening to Madonna, I'm wearing the rainbow flag like a cloak, and I'm making out with my neighbor. I don't know what happened, but the water did it. I swear. So, so what we can gather from these theories is don't do your homework, don't take baths, And don't go into large crowds for fear of the homosexuals who will inevitably turn you gay with their gay bombs. Yeah. Another new section is Monster of the Week. Now, this is one where I give you a description of a monster I find very endearing and interesting, and why you should like them, and possibly get involved romantically with one if you ever come across with them. For today's episode, I want you to look for a guy who likes walks, long walks. He's kinda hairy, got big old puppy eyes, and loves his pack of friends. Yes, my friends, I'm telling you to date a werewolf. They're fucking adorable, and I love them. I will die for them. Uh, okay, now, I know there are going to be people who say I stole this from the McElroy brothers, and it's kind of true because originality is very hard to find, but take into account how great this will be. This new section called the Ask the Non-Expert. I will go onto Yahoo, and if you guys can, in the comments, tell me what to look for, and give me links to interesting Yahoos, because I will read them, give my opinions, and it'll be great, and I'll try to keep an air of originality. For this first episode on the occult, let's read this one now. Be warned, it's very disgusting. The imagery is horrible. And if you want to click away, I understand. Just know I lost my shit when I read this, so it's going to be hard to read it again. Okay. Did I turn my boyfriend into a vampire? Question mark, question mark. Okay, so I have a new boyfriend. Asterisk yay, asterisk. We have been seeing each other for about a month now. Colon P. Anyway, the other night we had a Twilight marathon. I love Twilight. And a dream of mine is to have a vampire boyfriend. I've been experimenting with eating my own blood ever since the Twilight books first came out. I consider myself to be a vampire now. I usually just save the blood I lose naturally each month. I usually keep tampons in the freezer, etc., and suck on them or eat them later. I decided that I would try to turn my new boyfriend, so I've been cooking my blood into his food when he comes over. I tried making blood pudding as well, but that only works if I have a heavy flow. You need a lot of blood. So I usually add a little bit of blood to his marinara sauce or pasta sauce, etc. He has absolutely no idea. I've been doing this for about 3 to 4 weeks. Do you think he could be a vampire by now? Okay. First, first let's unpack some shit because this is a lot. Okay, so you're a Twilight fan, okay? And you you started drinking your own blood by by using your natural period blood and putting tampons in the freezer to make what I could only call pussy popsicles. Oh my god! Okay. Then, even though you are fucking insane, you got a boyfriend for some goddamn reason, and now you're feeding him your pussy blood. Oh my god! This is horrible. This is horrible. Uh, okay, so, first of all, don't do that. Don't drink your pussy blood. Also, don't feed it to your boyfriend. That they say this is like some serial killer shit right here. They fucking say he doesn't know. Oh my god. Oh, this is horrible. This is absolutely horrible. Oh my god. Oh. Like, yeah. Like, okay, so they're a Twilight fan who got so passionate they tried to turn themselves by drinking their own blood from their vagina every month, and now they're feeding it to their unassuming partner. This is serial killer shit right here. This is what a serial killer would do. And it's just, oh my god, this is mm. uh okay, so don't do that. Don't ever do that. Like, one thing I gotta wonder is if they ever brought this up with their boyfriend, like, that they want a vampire boyfriend. Because I want to imagine that conversation. Like, it's a nice meal of pasta with pasta sauce, and she's like, babe, I have a fantasy. I've always wanted a vampire boyfriend, and he's like, oh, so like some roleplay stuff? And then she's like, no, like a real one. And then he just looks at her, and she has like lazy eyes. And then he's like, okay. And then she's like, maybe you'll become one. And then he's like, yeah, maybe. And then he takes a bite of spaghetti, and then she's like, yeah, you probably will. I've turned myself, and after I've been feeding you my pussy blood, you'll probably turn too. And then he fucking spits it out, and then looks up and sees her with like a knife, and she's like, eat your pasta, Joshua. Eat it. I don't know. That's what I imagine the scenario of this. But like, oh my god. She's been doing this for about 4 weeks now. Oh no. That is horrible. Uh, but here's one thing you haven't considered. Maybe he won't turn into a vampire, but what if he wants to be a werewolf? What if he is a huge high like Twilight fan and is like, yeah, I don't want to be a vampire, I want to be a werewolf. You're gonna stop him from living that dream? One more thing, I don't think this would turn him to a vampire. This would make him into a fucking Wendigo, to be fucking honest, because cannibalism and shit like that. This would be like the slow descent to him becoming like a Wendigo. And that's just so funny for me to think about. Uh, Obviously, you shouldn't do this because he could become very sick. Like, if your blood don't match with his, there could be an issue there. And even if it did match, that's disgusting. One of the answers I'm looking at is you're lucky I'm not your boyfriend, because if I was, oh man, now you will see what a real vampire looks like. I can't believe it. Somewhere on this planet, a girl is feeding her blood period, I think they meant to switch that around, to her boyfriend, and people call me weird? Seriously, lady, don't do that. You will never be a vampire. Yeah, that's. Mm. I don't know, but there's this thing called cosplay, period blood not included, where you can have a half dinosaur lawyer as your BF person in costume and fulfill whatever fantasies the two consenting adults choose to do. Poisoning a BF, new or old, with period popsicle blood is horrendous. Just like spitting in someone's mouth or anywhere. I hope you go on Amazon and buy vampire cosplay. The guy would probably agree with no poisoning necessary. If you actually a vamp person thing, you would know this. Your theory and mythology method. What the fuck is this? This is a first time English speaker is wrong and will always be wrong. Moral of the story: buy with real money a cosplay outfit, then do all the crazy things your heart desires. Yeah, like I'm saying, if you want to have a vampire boyfriend, like fucking do some weird roleplay shit behind closed doors. Don't feed him a pussy popsicle. Please don't. And please just don't do that, because that's really bad, and you are going to get caught, okay? You will be caught, and he will break up with you and call the fucking police and have you arrested. That will happen. That's all I'm saying. He this is, oh god, I can't even form a straight sentence. I don't know what's funnier though, the fact that she like the fact that she thinks she's a vampire, or the fact that she drinks her own pussy blood. And one thing I'm actually wondering is, how did she freeze her tampons? Like, how does she do that? Does she just like go into the kitchen, pull it out, and just pop it in, or is there like an ice tray? Like, how do you freeze it without getting blood everywhere? And furthermore, how does your boyfriend not know about this? How does he not know about? Has he never been in your freezer? Has he never seen your frozen tampons? Has he never seen your pussy popsicles? Oh god. Like, oh god. How does he not notice this? How does he not notice this? Well, one theory I have is that he does know this is happening, but he's into that weird shit. So he's like, ooh, spaghetti with that's extra red. I don't assume blood. And then he's like rock hard under the table, like thinking, fuck yeah, I know it's blood. I'm into that weird shit. Oh god. Um, so fucking ask him if he would do vampire roleplay stuff in the bedroom. Don't poison him with your blood, because that's disgusting, and you're a bad person if you do that. Okay, so that was Ask the Non-Expert. Again, if you guys want me to do some other weird yahoos and read those out and give my ideas to them, comment down below, because that would be freaking awesome. Um, how about we finish this up with like the main topic, the occult? I want to tell you guys why the occult is so cool, because I have been following it for about 2 years now, and honestly, it's my favorite thing because it's so interesting. There's lore, there's monsters, there's mysteries to be solved, there's ideas, and it's just all so interesting and strange. Um, I freaking love the mystery side of the occult, like unsolved murders and stuff like that, where it's like there's a sacrificial side to it, where it's all creepy and monstrous and just horrible. Like, it's just this weird cacophony of the strange and unique. And then there's also the really cool monster side to it, where there are a lot of really cool monsters. And like, I love monsters. They're so cool and adorable, and I love them all. They're my babies and my husbands. Monsters are freaking cool, okay? And if you say they aren't, I'm sorry. You have your own opinion, you're entitled to it, but it is the wrong opinion, because they are awesome. Like, I want to I want I want to kiss Mothman and give a belly scratch to the Wolfman. I want to love these monsters because they're so cute and cool and interesting. They got so many quirks to them. Oh god. And then there's another part of the occult that's really witchcraft and magic based, and I follow modern day witchcraft, and it's my thing. I have my own grimoire. I I buy spell books. I do a ton of witchy stuff. I do readings with my tarot's runes and pendulum. So like I love the magic side of the occult where it's like there's this air of intrigue and just power, and there's like this super uplifting idea that if you feel alone, you can make yourself powerful by doing what you love. And I just love to think of magic like that because it's so cool and very empowering for me. I I feel so happy whenever I like do anything that's related with the occult, whether it's popping down and watching a B-rated horror film about spiritual awakening and horrible monsters, or just like doing my own rituals and spells, or even just like reading about an interesting conspiracy theory, cryptid or monster. Like I love it so much, and it's pretty much, and it's kind of connected with the LGBT in a way. Monsters and the strange and the supernatural. The LGBT is really out there. There are so many facets to it, so many people and so many things about it. They're both extremely strange. They go against the idea of what the norm is, and it's so cool because the occult and the LGBT are not really that different. They've got their quirks, they're strange and out there in some ways, and they're different, and they go against the ideal norm. And that is so interesting and empowering for me, a gay teen. And if you're listening and you're getting into the occult, then do it, my dude, or dudette, or non binary conforming version of dude, because you will not regret looking into the weird, the strange, the out there, because in the end, we're all in our own way weird and strange and out there. We all have our interesting facets that we should not be afraid to show. We should be proud of what makes us strange and endearing and kooky. We should love ourselves for being crazy and out there. We shouldn't hate it, and we should really just love it. Love yourself, love the strange, love the unique. That is my message for today. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed today's episode of Gay Day. Again, I am sorry I was gone for 2 weeks, family stuff. But I hope you enjoyed the podcast. Be sure to like down below, comment what you want me to talk about next, or again, weird Yahoo questions you want me to answer. And tell me, what's your favorite monster? I'd love to hear from you. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you later. Waffles out.